The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and the guests, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals, organizations, or sponsors. The content is provided for entertainment and informational purposes only, and should not be taken as professional advice. While we strive for accuracy, we make no representation or warranties about the completeness, reliability, or accuracy of the information discussed. Listeners are encouraged to verify facts and form their own opinions. The host and producers are not responsible for any errors, omissions, or outcomes related to the use of this content. By listening, you agree that the host and the production team will not be held liable for any actions you take or decisions you make based on the information presented. Thank you.
Jackson's bad, but we better, and you don't even matter. Mouth be full of gold, still shining bright on that silver platter. Connecting words like a crossword puzzle. The flow's magic, that's for all of you muggles that's trying to scuffle. Boy, I Nipsey hustled me to the top, running this marathon while smoking Mary Jane with the Virgin Mary in Babylon. These mathematicians, no way it's adding on. Treat the beat like porn, they tried to kick me out. Now these rafters hanging my uniform.
Yeah.
You blacks lying like Scar, and that won't get you far. They wishing roles reversed like I'm whipping out in that double R. I'm at the bars, they're playing my music, singing out la la la. Might eat a couple beats before fasting like this was Mardi Gras. I'm signing off. King Kovu, that's going global. Real life mogul, that's organic. Like you were shopping at Whole Foods and you know food is the best. Man, what the fuck? Stop playing with me, man.
You're listening. You're listening to Doja Told Ya Radio.
What's happening? What's happening? Just had to start the show off with a little good music. Shout out to Jeremy Ryan and Mecca the Marvelous. That was Simba and Kovu. I don't even know who Kovu is, but yeah. I do got this for y'all though.
Left into the new year, bro. I know you probably feel like you ain't, do everything you're supposed to do, but I'm telling you right now, if you lock in today, if you start today, 4 months is just enough time for you to get your life together, bro. You're not too late. You on time. And I'm letting you know right now, if you just get focused, you grind, you cut out all the distractions, bro. You just lock in on your goal. I'm telling you gonna get it, bro.
Lock in.
You just sacrificed this summer, these next 3 months of your life, bro. You could change the entire trajectory of your entire life.
Lock
Don't wait
in.
10 years. Don't wait 10 minutes. Don't even wait 10 seconds. The time to start is now.
It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. Do the work now. And all of the shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole nother stratosphere.
Lock in. The time is now. It's the Doja Told Ya podcast 157. But this time, we're going to talk about some politics. The Doja Told Ya podcast 157. Politics. Y'all ready to politic with me? What's happening? What's happening, man? What's happening? Everybody that's checking us out on the Facebook, what's up? What's up? Everybody checking us out on the Twitch app. Everybody checking us out on the Instagram. Yes. If you miss any part of the show, you can go to the YouTube channel. Yeah. Follow us on all platforms. In fact, at Doja Told Ya on all platforms. And if you would like to give a contribution, our Cash App is DOZHATOLDYARADIO. Give $1, give $5, give whatever, man. Give a fuck, because we do. And if not, then just like and share, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff, man. Once again, it's the Doja Told Ya podcast 157. And this time we're going to talk about some sports and politics. Live on all platforms, man. Thank you so much. Again, you can listen to us on the Mixler app. And you can watch us on a number of platforms, man. And just been improving there week by week, man. We've been improving, been holding it down. I've decided to just go live whenever, all throughout the week. If I feel like I got to get to y'all, because there's a lot of topics that we don't get a chance to talk about. And we leave so much on the table just by leaving it to one day on Thursdays. So I was like, man, Doja, you know what? Let's get to it whenever you can. Let's just get to it. And I even missed, I meant to just come in yesterday, but I missed yesterday's broadcast. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we still gonna get to it. So yeah, man. I said, Tuesday we ain't talk about the politics from last week. So boom, we got something to talk about. So this particular broadcast is going to be a lot of reactions. We're just going to watch a lot of clips, and then react to it real quick, And y'all, if y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, feel free. You can comment on the Facebook. You can come in and comment on the Twitch app. It'll show up right here on the screen, or you can comment on the Mitzler app. I think about whether or not I need to put the Mitzler app comment box up, because I don't know. See, ain't nobody trying to comment. So we just gonna keep this thing going, man. Bring up the first clip, man. Put the first clip on these fools.
Laws against Black American people you didn't know existed. This one's called the no man in the house rule. If you grew up with a healthy family dynamic, you understand that the Black father is very important, as he is the structure, guidance, and influence. And because of this is what makes a Black family very strong and powerful. But in the 1950s and 60s, that strength was targeted. The man in the house rule, a policy tied to welfare programs, said that if a man lived in the home, the family did not qualify for government support. Social workers would do surprise visits, checking closets for men's shoes, inspecting beds for signs of a father. So to feed their kids, mothers had to hide their husbands, or worse, push them out. It wasn't about help, it was about control and about breaking the Black household from the inside out. So Black women, please don't allow them to lie to you and say that you don't need a man. They don't want you to need your man while they sit at home with their husbands and children.
Preach. Preach. Give it up for that young lady. Whoever it was responsible for that video, I totally agree. Laws Black people didn't know existed. And a lot of things, man, I just want to say a lot of folks talk shit about podcasts and, oh, man, you need to take these mics away from. But ever since Black folks had podcasts and the availability of passing on information, man, there's been the ability to expand the way of thinking and to excel light years, figuratively. But yeah, it's just been opportunities just to get ahead, just for us sharing information and for us being able to have things like the camera phone, the internet, social media. And sometimes we use it for good and sometimes we don't use it too well. But it is what it is. It's good people like this young lady that sharing righteous information. And there's a lot of righteous podcasts, a lot of righteous media. Like if you don't like the news, man, you ain't got to worry about feeling like the news is biased or whatever. You can find your own media source, and a lot of folks out here doing the knowledge like we is today. So again, man, pay attention to some of those laws that were twerked, just to kind of impede the Black culture and the Black advancement is all. Again, like I said, man, let's just fly through a lot of these clips, because I'll be putting clips aside every week, and I don't never get into them. But I figured, man, this is gonna be the day. Today gonna be the day we gonna talk about these clips, baby. So what else we got? Oh, this is important.
To the economy now, where staggering numbers have been released surrounding Black women in the labor force. A new report shows more than 300,000 Black women have left the workforce in just the last several months. That's according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Joining me now is gender economist Katika Roy to break this all down and why they're leaving. Katika, thank you so much for being with us. You recently wrote an article where you say that this isn't happening by accident. Why do you think it is happening?
This is happening because of cuts to public sector positions. So if you look at the federal labor force, Black women make up just over 12% of the federal labor force. It's about double their representation in the labor force overall. And when you have targeted cuts up to 50% in organizations such as the Department of Education and HHS, you're not just trimming the fat, you're actually cutting the economic backbone for Black women.
Wow. And so what are some of the spillover effects from all of this?
Well, one of the things that we know is that there is a connection between women's labor force participation and GDP. So just Black women's labor force participation has dropped by just over 2% in the last 3 months. And that has sucked over $37 billion out of U.S. GDP. So this is the economic cost of policy, gender policy ignorance.
This is really fascinating because do you think that most people are unaware of the actual impacts of things like this?
Absolutely. So when we often think about women's issues or Black women's issues, we think of it as an over there problem. It's not. It's an everybody problem. When our economy grows, that has more jobs and more income for everyone. So we know, for instance, overall, that for every 1 percentage point that women leave the labor force, there's a $146 billion hit to GDP.
Oh my gosh. And so we've talked about the consequences, but is there an upside to all of this? Are we seeing women pivoting to entrepreneurship as they're leaving the workforce? What then are they doing?
You know, that's a great question. And the truth is, we don't know where all of the 300,000 Black women that have actually been pushed out of the labor force have gone. We know that some of them have gone into entrepreneurship, which is not only because of luxury, but it's actually because of survival. And this is really a testament to their resilience, but it also shows the rigidity in our traditional employment systems.
Are there any other groups that we are seeing largely impacted in this way in the labor workforce?
Not to this extent. So I track all of the data, as you can imagine, month over month by gender and race and ethnicity. And I started to see this trend about 3 months ago with this really precipitous drop in Black women out of the labor force. And this is a huge hit. And historically, just to give you a sense of the historical context, this is the first time in years that Black women's labor force participation has fallen below Latina's labor force participation.
Wow. It's really fascinating to see these numbers, to hear you explain all of it and break down the real world impacts on our GDP and the economy at large. Katika Roy, thank you for what you do and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so 318,000 Black women left the labor workforce in the last 3 months. And there's a couple of different sides that we can see to that. What's happening, DJ TC? What's up, bro? I'm working in Nashville, Tennessee. Checking in from Tennessee. My brother, DJ TC. What's happening? Also, shout out to Tony Red. We played that Tony Red, The Religion, to start the show, by the way. But anyway, back to these Black women that have lost their jobs or left their jobs. Many people are becoming entrepreneurs in today's workforce. Many people feel a lot comfortable with their destiny in their own hands when it comes to being able to make a living. There will be catastrophic downsizing in our future with the arrival of AI. Just the changing of culture and the changing of industries. Prepare to see many people having to pivot, and many people made that pivot during the pandemic season, right? But for those that didn't pivot then, some feel that they rather pivot by choice than have to pivot by force. And I feel that probably many of the Black women that had to pivot are probably just getting ahead of the 8 ball, and planning ahead and leaving leaving the workforce. But again, a lot of it can be blamed on just certain federal cuts. Like they say right here, I'm certain these are mostly government jobs that were eliminated due to federal cuts. Black women are heavily concentrated in the government, healthcare, and education sectors. So, some folks look at this as a strategic angle. Some folks see this as just an effect of what we've been seeing from the economy and basically in just entrepreneurship as a whole. Shout out to my boy Ching, man. My boy Ching checking in on Instagram, man. Get well, Ching, man. Prayers up. My boy Ching recovering from surgery. Holla at me, SRT. Who birthdays just passed? It was a couple of birthdays. My boy Rico the Champ birthday today. Happy birthday, Rico the Champ, man. Somebody tell a friend. Tell Rico that Doja told you to tell him happy birthday, man. Shout out to him. And it's my sister's birthday in a couple of days. My sister Andrea's birthday coming up. My nephew's birthday, I think, might have been yesterday. I don't know. I got to get it together. Happy birthday to my nephew and my sister, Andrea, and my pops, man. Rest in peace to my dad, man. This is he a Leo as well. So anyway, again, it's been a lot of folks that have been making pivots in the labor force. And some folks, you know, are doing it strategically instead of just waiting for somebody to control their destiny and fire them without them having knowledge of it. Okay, what we got? Let's see if we can get a quick clip. What this clip is about. A lot of folks struggling out here, man. And not just black women. A lot of black women have left the labor force, but a lot of folks, again, like I said, might want to get ahead of the 8 ball because there will be catastrophic changes, and a lot of people are living through it as we speak.
Boomers want to know what it's like being young in 2025? Here it is. I just got off an 8-hour shift at work where I make double minimum wage in my state. I hop in my car, check my banking app. Cool, I've got $50 to last me till next week. Then I remember, oh shit, I have to run to Walmart because the wire in my bra snapped. I don't have underwear because it keeps going missing. My eyelash curler broke, and I have no food. I bought 4 things. 4 fucking things, and it came out to $40. I'm living off granola bars. But I hop my depressed ass back in my car, and I look at my banking app again. Oh, cool, I've got $10 now to last me till next week. I try to drive, but my car keeps misfiring. I can't afford to fix that. So I keep on parking, turning off my car, turning it back on until it decides to act right. 30 minutes later, I'm finally heading home to my 4 roommates. I pay $8.50 a month. Now give him that's everything included. But $8.50 a month with 4 roommates. Remember back in the good old days when a man could afford to feed, raise, house his family on minimum wage? And he had a second family on the side who he also housed, fed, and raised.
Hey, shout out to all those second families out there. She talking about, and he had a second family on the side. Hey, granddad had to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He had all this, I guess, extra money. Good old granddad.
You know what I say to all that? Fuck you. You guys had it so fucking easy, and then you destroyed everything behind you. Fuck you. Boomers want.
All right, so some young people are not too happy about how the economy is looking. I mean, we are 200 days into Trump, and I mean, folks were saying that Biden had the economy the worst ever, and oh man, there was just so much propaganda out there about what was going on, what really, you know, who really the enemy was, who was making progress, and who was just hating. Right? So, again, like I said, man, we just gonna watch. We gonna get into these clips that I put aside pretty much the entire show. So I feel her, and thoughts and prayers to all those that are struggling to make it right now. I definitely can relate. We gonna overcome. Continue to play your cards right. My boy say, run that back, please. You want me to run that one, that last clip back, bro? For real? I'll run it back. My boy say, run that shit back. She was preaching that shit. My baby say she only got $40. I'll run it back. So this post has over 155 likes. Americans all agree no one can afford to live. She makes double minimum wage in her state. She has $10 left in her bank account. Ooh, $10. She lives with 4 roommates and can still barely afford rent and bills. Her car doesn't work. It takes roughly 30 minutes to start and stop it to get it to run home. She can't afford to fix it. She got 4 items from Walmart the other day. It cost $40. That's what costs $40, the Walmart items. And shit do be high at Walmart. And they saying that Walmart been raising the prices on purpose. She is living off granola bars because she can't afford food. That's crucial. She says that there is a housing crisis. And she says, remember back in the days, but she wasn't alive back in the days.
Here it is. Boomers want to know what it's like being young in 2025. Here it is. I just got off an 8-hour shift at work where I make double minimum wage in my state. I hop in my car, check my banking app. Cool, I've got $50 to last me till next week. Then I remember, oh shit, I have to run to Walmart because the wire in my bra snapped. I don't have underwear because it keeps going missing. My eyelash curler broke, and I have no food. I bought 4 things. 4 fucking things, and it came out to $40. $40! I'm living off granola bars. But I hop my depressed ass back in my car, and I look at my banking app again. Oh, cool, I've got $10 now to last me till next week. I try to drive, but my car keeps misfiring. I can't afford to fix that. So I keep on parking, turning off my car, turning it back on, until it decides to act right. 30 minutes later, I'm finally heading home to my 4 roommates. I pay $8.50 a month.
Hold on,
Now,
let's stop it right there. 4 roommates. She paying $8.50 a month. Now she says she has all included utilities, water, and all that good shit. But let's do the math. $8.50 times 4. You know what I'm saying? Who can get that number for me? Is it 34? Is it 34? I think I just did it in my head. I think it's 34, right? $8.50 times 4, maybe $3,400. Damn, is it that much? That's high rent for maybe a 4-bedroom house, 5-bedroom house. I wonder if she has her own bathroom, and I wonder where she lives.
That's everything included. But $8.50 a month with 4 roommates. Remember back in the good old days when a man could afford to feed, raise, house his family on minimum wage? And he had a second family on the side who he also housed, fed, and raised. You know what I say to all that? Fuck you. You guys had it so fucking easy, and then you destroyed everything behind you. Fuck you.
I still can't get over when she talking about, you know what I'm saying, her granddad had the family on the side and he had to feed and clothe everybody. He had enough money for everybody, and she ain't got enough money for a 4-bedroom apartment or a house or whatever she's living in. Yeah, man, my boy TC said, God damn. I say, God damn. Yeah, TC, she got it rough out here, man. Stay on that road, man. Keep your job. All right, man. This one says the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I don't know what she's going to talk about. I have no idea. I did not pre-screen this clip, but let's get right into it.
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup, let me see what you look like without the hair, I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep.
If you're ugly, just say that.
Just say that. If you ugly, just say that. Y'all heard what that lady said? If a man don't want to help finance, what now?
What you look like with no makeup. I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup, let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep.
If you're ugly, just say that.
Oh my goodness. Just say it, man. That's why some folks say they go swimming on the first date. Because you never know what she really looked like for real. What's up, McLovin? McLovin checking in on the Twitch. Oh man, now I see why they said that this was one of the dumbest things that they ever heard in their life. Because women need to stop trying to throw y'all responsibilities off on us. I seen somebody say something on the clip. Say, yeah, man, if she gotta depend on the man to get her nails and her hair done, then baby doll, you not a bad. If you know, yeah, you not a bad. Yeah, man, stop that. Cut that monkey shit out. You embarrassing us. Oh man. So it's so much politics that I actually want to talk about. Again, we did open up with the Chance album, man. Chance, the rapper, has a brand new album. It's called Starline, and we played most of it to start the show out. And I want y'all to go check it out, man. It's a pretty good album, man. I listened to it all the way through. I've been jamming, and I just want to say, a few things after I pull up this album real quick. Starline out right now on all platforms. Y'all go check that out. It's yet another possible rap album of the year. Right? We got Clips, Freddie Gibbs, JID, of course, GNX, and now Chance the Rapper, Starline. Doja told you, know what I'm saying? I wouldn't let you down on this one. You got to trust me. It's featuring Jasmine Sullivan, Vic Mensa, Do or Die, BJ the Chicago Kid, Joey Badass, Young Thug, Lil Wayne. Yeah, it's some jams on there now. Y'all go check this one out now. My favorite song right now so far is The Negro Problem. Shout out to Baby Chief Do It too, aka Lil Riley. Dude, that the little young rapper that looked like Riley from the Boondocks. Anyway, go check this album out. It's just worth the listen. And I want to just point out the fact that you remember when Pulse last year was saying that it was so dead without Drake and we weren't going to be able to do anything without a certain type of music and it was boring. And I want to say that ignorance is afraid of intellectualism. Hear me out. Ignorance will do whatever they can to ward off or blind themselves or avoid intellectualism. You'll have folks that'll talk about hip hop and only point out the fact that there are music that they call drill and folks glorifying killing. But they don't speak on the Lupe Fiascos, the Kendrick Lamars, the Mos Defs, the Big Crits, Outkast, all this music, Chance the Rapper, all this music that is politically conscious, is positive, is good for black folks. But a lot of folks, they wanted to hold on to that Drake microwave mumbo jumbo. A lot of folks wasn't ready to let the party die. And Kendrick said, hey, we gonna let the party die. And a lot of folks didn't get that song either. But ever since the so-called battle, now we got a lot of bullshit that happened because of the battle. I think a lot of bots on the internet have been taking way too much space and getting way too much being in the way. A lot of people's opinions have really been in the way lately. People are making opinions towards hip hop, towards black culture. Here now we talking about black Scottish people. Black Americans need to concentrate on our shit right now. And when Kendrick Lamar said it's time to let the party die, a lot of folks still didn't get it. So when they say, hey, man, I miss that bullshit is whacked and disqualified. No longer needed. Find somebody else to play that bullshit. But overall, man, I appreciate the changes that's been made in hip hop, and I think that there's been an onslaught of music to make you think a little bit past the fact that, hey, we feel good. Hey, that girl looks good. Hey, I'm ready to have some sex. You know, it's all good to enjoy yourself through music, but every now and then, you know, it's time to think past the regular spectrum of the matrix that's in front of you. Think beyond the matrix of what they setting us up, what kind of plays they setting up politically, you know, culturally. Here they said all they had to do was take phones out of schools, and kids all of a sudden know how to be social again. I'm telling you. But speaking of Kendrick, man, and letting the party die, I just want to give a quick reminder to those that you know, were on the other side of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Those that were trying to shadow and defeat the intellectualism of Kendrick Lamar with the ignorance of Drake. Those that used to say, hey, Drake will be back. He just got to drop some more hits and then it'll be back to the party. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, talking to y'all. You know who y'all are. How's it been going? You know what I'm saying? What did I miss? Did I miss the party? Has the party been back yet? My dog did say the other day that the song of the summer was Nokia. I ain't mad at him for thinking the song of the summer Nokia. I'm not mad at him for thinking the song of the summer Nokia. You know, for some folks it was. But I just want to point out that ever since this Not Like Us took over the airwaves, first week streams, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. First week, Drake used to do pretty high first week streams. But lately, that Give Me a Hug, 24 mil. What did I miss? 22 mil on the first week. Nokia, 20 mil on the first week. And then that, which one? I thought that which one was going to be a hit. I ain't going to lie to you. I thought he was out of there with that. Which one? That shit didn't do shit. That boy dropped one with Central C, and that bitch motherfucking belly flopped. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar's first week streams squabble up 51, practically to double the number of whatever Drake has been doing. And numbers have never been the strong point of intellectual rappers. Intellectual rappers don't necessarily do big numbers like that because people don't want to hear all that all the time. They want to be able to party and say which one. But hey, man, I don't know, man. It looks like somebody let the party die. It looks like folks was about tired of that shit. And, one rapper used to have all kind of number one rap records. And since the beef, just another fun fact. Aubrey Graham hasn't had a number one on the Billboard Hot 100 since Kendrick Lamar destroyed him in the biggest rap battle of all time. Number of chart-topping songs in the last 1.5 years, Kendrick Lamar 4, Aubrey 0. Which one? So, just in case, y'all wanted an update on, the beef heard around the world. Meanwhile, this guy right here had been dropping dimes on niggas. Yeah, man, that man Drake out here dropping dimes. He want Kendrick Lamar to submit DNA records to say that he's really the father of his son, and Dave Free isn't. This man wants records to show if Kendrick Lamar has ever been in a domestic dispute with his girl, because he must prove his lyrics right. This man right here. This guy right here. Which one? This one. This guy right here has decided that he's not only suing Universal, he's suing Rock Nation, the NFL, Spotify, you, and you. That boy say, which one do I sue next? So quite a few people have been added to the Drake lawsuit. And I don't know, is it still cool? Is the lawsuit still cool? Like, is it all right still? Is it, y'all still gonna support the Iceman music when it come out? Is this worse than Gunna? 6ix9ine? Help me out. Which one? But anyway, Drake amends lawsuit against UMG Recordings implicates Rock Nation, NFL, Spotify, TikTok, Sir Lucian Grange, John Janik, Apple, Amazon, everybody, Penske Media Corporation, Complex Networks, and more. In defamation case, that man say, I want him dead. I want his grandmother's dead. Yeah, man. This man. Oh, shoot, they got people addresses on there. I ain't going to post that, even though it's already posted on the internet. That boy added everybody to the lawsuit. Which one?
Welcome back to Blind Eye Reviews, and I want to get to it right now. Your boy Drake is a bitch. I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm confused, y'all. We get the news. This man added Rock Nation to the lawsuit, y'all. Does it get any worse? Can it get any worse? Tell me the truth. Can it get any worse? This guy has added Rock Nation now to the lawsuit.
Oh, well, we're gonna talk about that in just a second, Chris.
They did not book Kendrick solely so he could perform Not Like Us. They booked Kendrick because he was on fucking fire. And he's already a critically acclaimed artist and has already performed the Super Bowl. He already has the experience. He puts on some of the best live shows ever. They didn't book him strictly so he could perform Not Like Us. This holds no fucking weight, bro. It's
documentation and communications relating to allegations.
Allegations.
And so what Drake is saying is, for me, check and see if I have any criminal history. Look in to see if I...
And it's so slick how they do it. This is why you have to have a lawyer to read contracts. This is why you have to have lawyers, because they write this stuff in certain ways. Small words difference like that make a huge difference in what people can look for. So he's like, yeah, y'all can go and check the criminal databases and see if I've ever committed a crime. But for Kendrick, I need y'all to go see if anybody ever made any allegations that he committed a crime. That's loser shit, bro. How many allegations you got, bro? How many cases have you paid off, bro? This is weird activity we witnessing, y'all.
So, are y'all going to turn a blind eye? Y'all know what we said about the BET Awards and how, black folks let it ride, especially when folks got talent. You know what I'm saying? I know how y'all can't wait to let this shit ride. Some of y'all can't wait to let this shit ride. They like, boy, as soon as that nigga drop, again. You know what I'm saying? We back out here. We outside again. So they can't wait on Drake to drop again. But I don't know, man. Y'all can't keep making excuses for the boy. That's just straight that's straight up and down. Y'all keep trying to make excuses for the boy, but some folks actually like this bullshit. Some folks think that this is actually this is what Drake needs to do. You know, and for those of you,
because you niggas didn't have no problem when
you know, that's how some of y'all feel. Hold on. Let me let bro get his shit off.
When I meet the Grams, niggas talk about Drake had a fake daughter. You niggas ain't have no problem when you said I didn't have no problem when it was Dear Adonis. I hope you hate your father. It's a shame you gotta be raised by him. Y'all ain't have no problem. So yes, I need all the documents. I want to see you beating your wife. I need all the proof, nigga. We going to court for this shit. Fuck that. Good job, Drake.
No. So let me just say something to you, and once again, I'm gonna always say this, and I'm not being funny. He's Canadian. Hear me out. No, hear me out.
Now I know when these kept being an argument, niggas go hit me with the Canadian card. We good.
No. First of all, your argument is valid. I'm with your argument. I'm explaining to the room why. Because I know it's like this is he's Canadian. It's like he's seeing it from that angle. But let me just say this: from the American side, this made Drake lame as fuck. nigga, this is equivalent to paperwork. Like, nigga, and by the way, this also hurts him because it proves that it was more about Kendrick than you said it was. Remember when he filed a lawsuit? This is not about Kendrick. This is bigger than Kendrick. This is about the business and how they do us. And everybody was like, you small-minded niggas don't understand. Shut your ass up and learn. And what are we doing? We're all just waiting to see it play out. But when you're asking for Dave Free's relationship with him and his children, my nigga, if you're suing Universal, why is his children and Dave Free coming up?
Because
hold on. Because when you was cooking, I mean, everybody shut the hell up.
You're right.
And the reason why it's happening that way is because he's really mad that he lost the battle with Kendrick. That's what and by the way, as long as he allows what you need to know, my brother, and I'm telling you this because you can get on your mic and you can talk to Canadians across the world, like I can talk to Americans across the world. What I'm telling you right now, my brother, is you need to get on the mic and tell that nigga, bro, leave that part out of it if you still want the culture, because he's going to lose black women. This is very Karen. This is more Karen than this right here is more Karen than he's ever done.
I got a question.
Now hold on. Hold on. Now Quan Cook, because you let you yell. Go ahead, Quan. What's your thoughts?
You brought up Meet the Grams.
Meet the Grams, I did.
You remember that Meet the Grams dropped
after Family Matters, yes.
Exactly. So, how you faulting Kendrick? And on top of that, I feel like this is a big platform. Like, we shouldn't be out here championing nigga that trying to destroy family. That seems to be Drake's card every year.
Good take right there. And I don't think it's a point of destroying families. I think it's about getting to the bottom of shit. You wanted to lie on me. It's been a year. I still have no 11-year-old daughter to be found. So let's see if the stuff I said about you are true. Let's see if you used to beat your wife. Why? I love it. I love it. And let me tell y'all why I love it. Because you niggas didn't have no problem when I meet the Grams, niggas talk about Drake had a fake daughter. You niggas ain't have no problem when you said, I didn't have no problem when it was Dear Adonis. I hope you hate your father. It's a shame you gotta be raised by him. Y'all ain't have no problem. So yes, I need all the documents. I want to see you beating your wife. I need all the proof, nigga. We going to court for this shit. Fuck that. Good.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think that was kind of a lame take, but everybody can have their own, you know. They can keep rooting for him, but I think that he is doing more damage than needed by doing this lawsuit. And again, I think that a recovery. I think that the recovery was possible, but he making it harder and harder to ever come back from that bullshit. My man Chris Anthony stepped in and said that he enjoys that Metro Boomin new mixtape. He say it slaps. It's all right. It's a vibe. A few vibes on there, know what I'm saying? BBQ. Sauce all over me, know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely some vibes on that motherfucker. No doubt. All right, so yeah, I did want to just kind of cook with those music takes early. But it's about time to go ahead and get into the politics portion of this show. Most of this broadcast was dedicated to the politics. Of course, y'all might even be wondering why I got these folks on the cover or who these folks is. You know, some of y'all recognize these faces. Some folks don't know who these folks is. So let's get into it. Let's break down who these folks is. Who them folks is, Dane? Oh man, they gonna play. We can't do that, man. We can't even do that. Hold on, put it on mute now. Put it on mute. You got your boy Kash. You got that boy Kash was on something, boy. You know. We call these the robot trio. You know what I'm saying? Bots are us. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Plastic Woman on the side. I forgot her name. But these are Donald Trump's lead cronies right now. You know. These are the folks that got to shut the fuck up when Donald Trump talking. Total robots here. So again, some of y'all might not like some of these political takes that we're gonna talk about for the rest of the show. I've been called biased. I've been called things like Democrat. And I like to say that, again, I've said this many times before, black people do not have a space in American politics until Barack Obama got elected. Post Barack Obama, we now have spaces in politics, but not traditional. So when a black person is a Democrat or Republican, that's just where they had to make a choice out of one or two, because anything else wasn't going to win. Most of us are independents, but there are some of us that subscribe wholeheartedly to black conservatism. And black conservatives, some folks like to consider it an oxymoron. Like, it makes no sense. How can you want to defend and conserve the values of a culture and a country that berated, practically defecated, that devastated, I said all those to rhyme, but basically that did so much harm to you and your people and your heritage, but you want to conserve the values of these people? Black conservatives don't make any sense. Now, the liberals, on the other hand, a lot of folks like to look at them like they're too soft, like they're fucking up the country because they want to include everybody and they want to give rights, mostly to people that had no rights before. And at the moment, in the last few years, the revolution of the LGBTQ, in other words, the gay community has made most of the tricks in the revolution of change and the liberal idealistic movement of what they've been trying to push. Basically, I said all those words to say the shit that the liberals been pushing upon Americans that people don't like. Is the gay agenda has been one of the ones that really, besides that and Barack Obama, that just pissed all the a lot of folks off. I ain't gonna say all them folks, but pissed a lot of folks off. And so here you have the country reshaping itself, reforming. What will come of it? Well, Donald Trump, what I like to believe, will be the destruction of what we once known as the Republican Party. The party that just goes along with whatever the fuck the leader says. They're the lemming party. The robot party. You know, one guy raises his right arm, everybody is expected to raise his right arm. If the guy raising his right arm says, this is my left arm, everybody in the Republican Party says, that's his left arm. Even if we know that it says right, even if he has it tattooed right there on his arm, everybody will still repeat after the leader, That was his left arm. That's the Republican Party for you. And so until black conservatives can somehow step out of the I made it so you should, so you can, out of all of the individualism that they have, that they stand on, the black community will never follow Republican Party because they don't look to change for the many. They only look to change for the few. They only want to conserve the values of the few, the privileged. And some black folks that have exceeded poverty lines that went above what some may be considered poverty, they try to distance themselves from that poverty and what represents mostly poverty in America, the minority class of blacks. And they distance themselves in ways that they look out for self and not the rest of the culture. And that's fine and dandy for you to get in position, but if you're not looking back and helping and pulling people up and being active and also following behind policies that would benefit the rest of us, then you're part of the problem. And that's part of the problem of many black conservatives. It's just a me, I, and them campaign. You're either talking about what I did, what's good for me, or what they are doing to us. And it's either a blame game that they aim to be masters of. This is a clip from the Jubilee channel. They have a debate kind of thing on the Jubilee channel, and their recent episode of their show called Surrounded has political black radical Amanda Seales battling or debating, as we should say, black conservatives. 20 black conservatives versus one black radical. Now, these are so much better than 20v1s that, that are very popular in our culture, because it allows us to have discourse, to watch a debate, to, gain facts in real time, and to just learn how to kind of speak to one another and how to communicate. Let's check out a little clip from one of the clips.
Those are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position because conservatives.
And again, black conservatives, to me, in my experience, they seem to be very programmed to just attack whatever liberal points. Whatever's that guy that kind of wanted to do for others, he's liberal, and I'm going to attack his points. And if you be like, yeah, I'm not liberal, but be like, well, you talk like one, or you look like one. Why? Because I'm black? Interesting.
I don't know. We're probably close to the same age, so maybe you can't call me.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
I am 44.
Oh, really? Oh, you look young.
Thank you. That's what water and keeping stress out of your life will do.
Really? Mm-hmm. Liberal position.
What up, Indiana? Lady Indiana in the building, man. Shout out to Lady Indiana in that red state. I'm just talking shit.
Half of the founding pay for slaves. Family fought on the side of the Union. Fair that had some got.
Yep.
Most liberal are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position because conservatives believe in hard work. We believe in going to work and working for what you got, not asking for handouts from people who never had slaves. Some of the people that you're asking for money from never had slaves. And let's talk about the fact there were also black people that had slaves. So if you want to talk about that, how is that fair? If I'm a white person and my family fought on the side of the Union, Why should I have to pay for slaves when this whole country was never all racist? Some of the founding fathers were abolitionists, and they hated slavery. And they actually put things in the Declaration of Independence and things too, because they believed that there would be a future where there would be a black president one day, or that there would be focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality.
So then they'll usually round their conversation off to talk about being victims, and the party that wants you to be a victim is the Democrats, and the fact that we have been placed to be perpetual victims in this country makes us act the way that we act, and makes us prone to such negativity and stops opportunities for advancement for us. And while some of that may sound very good, and it's a real good way to get people rowdy and get people all amped up, it's still blatantly avoiding accountability of why we are in this position that we're in. How did we get here? What is the solutions to get us out of these situations? Who's responsible? The country, the government. Who got ahead while they were keeping us behind? Sure, within the last 20 or 40 years, there have been strides made that made it possible for many ethnicities and many people to get ahead. But does that wipe out the 400 years of starting over after starting over, after reset after reset, that our ancestors had to do to not be able to have inheritance? So when people talk about not needing reparations or not believing in reparations, this country is based on accountability, and when someone is accountable for something or they're liable for something, they have to pay. They either pay by being punished with their time, or they pay retribution monetarily with money. So while we were supposed to be paid in property, paying us with cha-ching do just fine. And other, tax-free exemptions, free education. Hey, it can be comprised in a lot of different ways. And the way Amanda Seals broke these folks down on this here political debate, it was masterful.
Because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby. Please.
They said the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
Come on in. No, you know who helped her?
Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
it's
that's simply not true.
No such.
If that were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because their culture. Black culture is toxic. The black culture is toxic.
Yeah, see, she was like, now this look right here. This look right here was like, oh, this is where you got to stop talking to some folks. When Dawg said black culture is toxic, Amanda was like, oh, I need to stop talking. Ain't no saving dude. Ain't no saving Buddy. Buddy don't like the skin that he in. And then a lot of these folks, they not really of the real struggle anyway. They're not really of the culture. They just, they probably was just paid actors to give Amanda a run for her money, but they did no such thing. So as most folks came and they had time to speak, Amanda was just chopping them folks down.
At home playing a video game?
People that they wanted
Am I
reparations
sitting at
for.
are you work?
Yes.
Were slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work, but why should people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
Are you sitting at
be
home
giving
playing a video game?
checks?
Are
But
you
no, the
sitting at
people that
home
they-
playing a video
the
game?
people that they wanted
Am I sitting
reparations
at home
for-
playing a video game? No.
The people
And
they
I don't
want
know
reparations
I don't
for-
know who these people are that you're talking about, because the majority of the black community is not sitting at home playing video games.
Racist people exist. I just don't think that the systems as they stand today are inherently racist, because I've seen too many black people overcome. And I just feel like a lot of times what's left out of the dialogue is self-accountability and like self-will. We talked about how we were 3/5 of a person, but now we are 100%, I guess, according to the law or whatever, a person. And I feel like at the end of the day, if you wanted to walk out here right now and decide, you know what, I want to change my career, I want to do that, you can. And that's why so many people, and Nigerians come here, and Indians come here, and so many people who are not white, who are supposed to be discriminated against because they're not white, they come here and they become doctors and lawyers. Why? Because to your point, there's community. There's a sense of pride about, you know what, I got to go honor my parents back in Nigeria. I'm part Nigerian. I have to go.
See, and then right there, when she says I'm part Nigerian, that's where a lot of folks online, the FBA, the Free Black Americans, they call these people tethers. And the reason why they call them tethers is because they're tethering the line because they can, right? Because they're not truly from the struggle. And Amanda broke them folks down, and she said this right here that was a very key thing to those out there that are not necessarily Black Americans, but find themselves implementing themselves in conversations that have to do with the struggles and the plight of Black Americans.
Don't ever do that.
KTS
Who is you guys?
Members of the black community don't want to hold people accountable, especially black people. So KTS was shot 60 times outside the black. Do this. Saying the real problems.
Check up break Buddy down. She gonna break Buddy down so nice.
You guys don't ever do this. KTS.
You guys don't ever do that.
KTS
Who is you guys?
Members of the black community don't want to hold people accountable, especially black people. So KTS was shot 60 times outside of Cook County, Chicago. How many BLM members came out? You earlier said BLM
Stop
is about
referring
police.
to me as you guys.
Okay, that's fine. So, for example, we had
Get them together, baby.
Really good example of this, where it's not a police.
She's gonna get them together.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? What do you mean by that? Like, what state am I from? Where was I
Where
born?
where do you live right now?
I live in Florida. I was born in Angola, though. I was born in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay.
Where did you grow up for most of your time?
In Maine. I lived in North America.
In Maine.
Yes.
Get them
And
together.
what is the population of black people in the town that you're from?
It's really extremely low, but I grew up around black people, and there's.
But I grew up
And that
around
black
Black
community
people.
that you lived in, did they teach you about black history in the United States?
I
Like,
learned
are your
Black history.
parents Black American?
Yeah, my mom is black. My father is black.
No, I'm asking, were they born in the United
No,
States?
because I wasn't born there.
Oh, so you guys are all from Angola?
Yes, but again, like I told you earlier, right? In terms of people like KTS, they were shot. BLM doesn't come out for them, and I remember you earlier
Well, I
said.
think it's really
hold on, can I
important
please finish? Can I please finish? You earlier said that BLM is worried about police, but when Daniel Penny choked out the man that we all know was causing violence on that subway train,
He
or
was
subway
not causing
station,
violence.
He was threatening
Causing
people.
disruption
He was
is
threatening-
not causing violence.
He was
So I'm going to stop it right there, and we see who this guy is and what he's about. He's obviously a disruptor of the young form, and it's just very, very, it's very disappointing to see folks so lost, and again, folks just being used as pure distractions to speak on the Black American plight. What's up, Scotty Griffin checking in on Instagram. He said, FBAs don't ever get the respect we deserve from other races. So Amanda got them together. And then right after Amanda got them together, she had to address just overall the issues with who we consider tethers, or those that are non-Black Americans, those people that are also Black but from different countries and have assimilated into American society, but don't share the exact struggle, slavery, Jim Crow, et cetera, of Black Americans. Here's what Amanda Seales had to say to those people.
The daughter of an immigrant, it is imperative that Black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from Black people in the United States. It is not the same. Period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment. So when I am talking to somebody from Sudan, from the Congo, from Angola, I am listening to understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.
She cooked. A lot of folks, Amanda Seales is not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of folks get annoyed by her arrogance, her poise, her just attitude towards respect. Because she really only has an attitude when her respect is pushed. And this is a woman who's obviously been pushed a lot and got tired of being pushed and just start pushing back. And bravo to you, Amanda Seales. And I want to say thank you, Amanda Seales, for your bravery, for your courage, for your intellect, for wanting to push back, for, as a daughter of an immigrant, for wanting to study the plight, the history, the experience of African Americans in this country, the United States of America. Sure, she came here, daughter of an immigrant who had a nursing degree, who had a pathway to success, and she's also an educated, light-skinned, beautiful Black sister who had ample opportunities in hip-hop and journalism and entertainment, TV. But still had the urge in the, the gall and the ambition to want to educate herself on the plight and experience of African Americans, Black Americans, and then regurgitate the information that she took in and studied for years and give back through art, through comedy, and through activism. Bravo to Amanda Seales. And for those that, don't agree and don't like her brashness, hey, date outside the race, I guess. Yeah, shout out to Errol Mitchell. He checking in. He said, wow, I watched this morning. We need 5 points that everyone agrees on. We have no common agenda, unlike all of our counterparts. And thank you, Errol, aka E, aka what's the name of your page? You the Vibe, something like that. I appreciate it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support, man. But yeah, this was a great episode of Surrounded to watch. So if you have some extra time, y'all go check out one Black radical versus 20 Black conservatives. Amanda Seales versus a whole bunch of coons, if you will. Because, I don't know, man. Some of them weren't so bad. It's not all of them. Some of them was all right. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DOZHATOLDYA.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's Doja Told You.